Okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here on the CE show tonight. Okay, I am here. Today, what I am going to talk about is I am going to talk about this is something I saw. They were asking this guy today on TV. What do you think LeBron James' legacy will be after he's gone? From after he's retired, what do you think his legacy will leave? And this guy was like, you know what? I think this man might have messed up basketball. Because back in 2011, when he couldn't win a championship with Cleveland, he went to Miami and made a super team with the Wayne Wade and the other All Stars over there. And they went to 4 straight finals, and now they've gone to 7 straight finals with Cleveland. And but it's the whole Cleveland thing. Like he said, it's okay. I think that's where he was drafted. It's okay. He came back, but he was really saying that the whole thing going to Miami and joining Dwayne Wade over there really ruined the league because he said LeBron James is who everybody looks up to, especially the younger guys. Other than all the stars, they all look up to LeBron James. So if they see that he goes joins somebody like Dwayne Wade in Miami, they'll say, "Oh, so if the best player in the entire league did that, we can do that." So he believes that led to Kevin Durant in free agency. He's like, if LeBron James back in 2011 did it, the best player, he went and did a super team in Miami. That means I can do a super team in Miami. So he believes that the reason that Kevin Durant felt okay, that he thought it was fine for him to go to Golden State, was because back in 2011, LeBron James went and did it with Dwayne Wade, and they made up a super team over there. So he thought that he's like, if LeBron James, the best player in the league, did it, well, who's going to make the other players make? They're not going to think they cannot do it. So he thought that he has ruined the NBA. He think that by making that move back in 2011 from leaving Cleveland going to Miami, he think ever since then he's created it is kind of his fault that Kevin Durant last free agency went to Golden State. So he was saying that if we're all complaining right now about Kevin Durant joining Golden State, he said it's because LeBron James influenced back in the day by him going to Miami and joining Dwayne Wade. So he's like, he was like, I don't think LeBron James, if LeBron James does not go to Miami, I don't think Kevin Durant this past season goes to off season goes to Golden State. But since he saw LeBron James did, he thought he's like, why can't I do it? I guess he has a point, but like I said it before, when LeBron James went to Miami, they were a first round exit in the playoffs. It was just Dwayne Wade and a bunch of idiots. They were barely getting the playoffs. Shaq had left. He was not with the Suns. They were Orlando Morning had retired. They were Eric Spoelstra was a new guy. He was just starting to get into the coaching, thing. They were they were going on rebuilding mode. It was just Dwayne Wade with a bunch of young guys who didn't know what, like I said, Shaq had gone to Phoenix. Alonzo Mourning had retired. Pat Riley had retired again, stepping down as the coach, and Eric Spoelstra was a young coach. So the team was other than Dwayne Wade was learning how to win. Obviously, that was not so. When LeBron James and the other guys joined, okay, yeah, it made them a super team, but they were a shitty ass team before that. Where in Kevin Durant's case, the Warriors are coming off 2 final appearances in a row, a 73-win season. They won the championship 2 years ago. Last year, they lost it in the Game 7 after winning 73 games. You understand what I am saying to you? It's like if it's okay. So it's like if Allen Iverson would have joined the Lakers. back in like 2002, that would have been weak. Or if Kobe would have joined the Celtics back in 2009 when they beat them in the finals, that would have been weak. You just don't do that. Imagine if Julio Jones ends up going to New England. That's like you're going to the team who just beat you, and plus they're already a good team. You're to me, you're not gonna get the same amount of credit. I'm not gonna respect Kevin Durant if he wins the championship this year because he's just another guy on there. He's not the star. You are not the reason they won the championship. Last year, without you, they won 73 games. The year before that, they won the championship. So if they win the championship this year, you are not the main reason why they won it. You could be part of it, but we all know that the real reason is Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. Because they've been there for the last two championships appearances and for the one they won 2 years ago. So to me, that is the difference. Where LeBron James, there was no question about it. He was the main reason why Miami won 2 championships. Sure, he had Dwayne Wade and everybody else. But like I said, before that, they were a shitty-ass team. They were a young team trying to win. When LeBron James got there, he made them a championship team. But before that, they were a shitty-ass team. So he was the reason why they became a championship team. Because he went there. When he was not there, they were a shitty-ass team. When he went there, they went into a championship team. Where Kevin Durant, it's like, do we even need him here? Like, they won 73 games without him last year. So, do you even need Kevin Durant? I don't think they do. They're happy he's there, but I think they would have a very good season. Even though we all know they would have a good season because they did it the last 2 years without him. So that's a difference here. LeBron James, yes, he joined a superstar and Dwayne Wade, another superstar, and they made a super team. But that's the reason why that super team got created was because LeBron James made the move to that team. Before that team sucked ass. Where in Kevin Durant's situation, no, they were just coming off back-to-back final appearances, winning a championship 2 years ago. And as far as this man, yeah, to some point, I think he does have he does have a point, of maybe, like I said, Kevin Durant team back in 2011, LeBron James going to Miami, and now this past offseason, he's like, hey, if back in the day LeBron James did it, why can't I do it? So I do understand that guy. I just don't agree, like I said, because yes, they did. They formed a super team in Miami, but before LeBron James got there, they were not a super team. When Kevin Durant, they were a super team. So that's always the problem I really had with Kevin Durant. That they don't even need him Golden State. It makes them better, but do they really need him? Maybe they need him to beat LeBron James in the finals. Okay. But still, to me, they don't really need this guy. I think they can actually beat LeBron James in the finals without him. They could. I think they last year they won 7 games. They were 1 win away. At one point, they were up 3-0. If Draymond Green doesn't hit LeBron James, maybe he doesn't get suspended, and they end up winning that game in 3-2. I mean, come on. Anyway, that was just something I just want to talk about because I thought they were kind of trying to compare him to Michael Jordan, LeBron James to Michael Jordan, and this guy just went no. I mean, I think his legacies can end up being like you were the guy who started the super teams, And it's going to be interesting to see what happens now come next year because this may end up being the worst season of all time. And does the league want this to happen again next year? Kevin Durant and Steph Curry are free agents, but I think they will. I think they will continue to be in Golden State. That's what I'm thinking. Hopefully, no. Hopefully, one of them leaves so basketball can be fun again. But I don't think so. I think they will both resign. They may even take less money so they can all be together. We all know Cleveland's going to be the king of the East again. Unless another super team forms, we're going to have this whole thing again next year, ladies and gentlemen. I hear there's talks about San Antonio looking to add another star. We'll see what happens. The free agency don't start until like July 1st, so we have a while. But yes, it is. I think he did say that yes, this is probably going to end up being the worst or one of the worst of all time. And I think I agree with him. I think other than Russell Westbrook putting on a show with the triple doubles, it was a really boring season. Other than Russell Westbrook having all these games, crazy games, other than that, it was really a boring season. The playoffs were for the to me, other than the Washington Atlanta series in the first round, everything was pretty boring to me in the playoffs. To be honest, that was the only series that really got good. It's that 7-game series between Washington and Atlanta in the first round. Everything else sucked. To me, everything else sucked. That was the only series that was really like, okay, this is worth it. Everything else sucked in the playoffs. We'll see how the finals goes. I'll make my preview here soon. But yeah, it's hopefully next year at least we have another team that can contend for a championship, because I do not want to go, and I don't think the league wants to go through a season like this again next year, because it was very predictable. Like I said, usually Las Vegas asks us right before the season starts, who do you think's gonna who do you think's gonna be in the finals? Like in the Super Bowl and the NFL, they ask, who do you think's gonna go to the Super Bowl? Like they ask you that in September, and obviously like last year, like I said, I said New England, Carolina, and I ended up being wrong. It ended up being New England, Atlanta. But you couldn't even ask that question right now in the NBA, because it's so predictable. When it's like that it's that predictable that you can't even bet all the way back in November who's going to be in the finals, because it's so predictable. That's a problem for the NBA. Like I said, I think the NBA is even more predictable, right? I think even it's just too predictable right now. The NBA is just too predictable right now. It is just too when you can in November have in Las Vegas, have a bet who's going to be in the finals, because it's so predictable. That is a problem. I just have to. What the fuck am I repeating myself? Anyways, what else can I say? Thank you. What else can I say? Tomorrow or the other day, I will have the preview. Who I think is going to be the finals. I want Cleveland to win, but I think Golden State will win. We'll see what happens. I'm probably going to go with Golden State. They're the favorites, obviously. You have 4 All-Stars. Hopefully Cleveland wins. I'm going with Cleveland, but I'm as a professional, I'll tell you who I'm going with as a professional. But I am cheering for Cleveland in these finals. But as a professional, I think I have to go the other way. But we'll see in a few days, tomorrow or the next day. I will preview the 2017 NBA Finals. That's all I can say today. Yeah. Just trying to keep up the streak. I think it's almost been like 2 weeks straight of making videos every day. I'm trying to continue the streak. So yeah, I know sometimes the videos can be very boring. Sometimes they're gonna be interesting, sometimes they're gonna be boring. Yesterday I think I went over where I went for like 20 minutes talking about baseball. It actually didn't do that bad. It got like 9 or 10 views, I think. Hopefully, you can get more views. Like I said, my goal is to get at least 10 views per video. But I think it actually made it where it's very close to making it. And that's pretty good, because it's a 20-minute video. You don't some people do just 20 minutes. I'm not watching this shit. But hey, it did good. 10 views. That's my goal. So for every video to at least get 10 views, obviously better, it would be nice. But that's my goal, to at least get 10 views per video. But yeah, just let me know if you have anything to say. Let me know what you think. If this guy is right, that LeBron James embraced Kevin Durant 2011 going to Miami to go to Golden State this past free agency. Let me know if you think that let me know if not, who cares? Anyway, until next time, I will catch you ass on the road. Thank you, and I will catch you ass on the road, and thank you, and I need to shut up. Okay, exit.